Good afternoon. Hope everyone's learned. I've learned some super cool stuff today, so I hope everybody else has as well. Before we get started, if you guys want to go ahead and open a window and open Canva, so it's just canva.com. We're going to do most of our work actually working together. And I will give everyone my presentation. But it's mostly kind of for a later use. So if you want to come back, and I've made a bunch of notes on all of the different things that you can do, but I probably won't directly present my presentation just because it's more fun to get to do, right? So I'm going to let my dog in real quick, and then we'll get started. Of course, she's going in and out all day, and it's time for me to present, and she needs to go potty. So give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is really about Canva. Hopefully this will be fun, kind of a little chance to be creative today and maybe make some things to use in your Canvas classrooms in a couple weeks, which is kind of crazy that we're about to go back to school. So I'm Stephanie Spaeth, Mrs. Spaeth. I work at South Garland High School. I teach chemistry. This is my email if you ever have any questions about Canva. I'm not an expert, but I do use it a lot. Most of this presentation was made with Canva. So all the cool things you can do, like this fun little GIF is one of my favorites. Actually, there's tons of amazing stuff in Canva that you can use that looks really cool. The GIFs work in Canvas as well, not just in your presentations. So the first thing, I know this slide is kind of busy, but it's kind of an idea of sort of the cool little things you can do. Normally in a presentation, I would do, one at a time, but we're teachers and we can kind of follow along. So the first thing you're going to do if you've never used Canva is I need you to sign up for Canva. You won't have all of the features today, but as a teacher, you get the premium version of Canva for free. So we're kind of go through those steps. First, if you want my presentation, I do have it. Let me get it. So many windows. So here's our presentation if you want to kind of go through it. So you're going to want to go to the top right-hand side where it says sign up or log in. So if you've never used Canva before, click on the sign up. And you're going to sign in with Google. So you're just going to use your Garland ISD email address and password. Then you're going to want to click that you're a teacher. And then you're going to unlock the Get Verified Now. And then usually within a day or two, I know within 2 days, you'll have the premium access to Canva. You may have it later today or tomorrow. I don't know how long it takes them to verify this stuff. I just know a person on my PLC did it. When I checked with her a couple of days later, it was already verified. So it's not going to take a week or whatever. So by the weekend, you should have premium access. So that's there's lots of extra graphics and there's extra fonts and stuff. So it's worth clicking those extra couple of things to get the premium access. Does anyone have any questions on signing up? I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes to kind of get signed up, because the main part of what we're going to do today is we're just going to work in Canva together. I'm going to kind of show you some of the different cool things that you can do. And I really want you to create something that you can actually use, whether it's a banner for a module or an assignment or an announcement that you want to put on your homepage. So I'm going to make a classroom, like a Google Classroom header, which is what I use at the beginning of every module, that says, so are you did you sign in with Google, Amy? Let me see if mine's all saved, so it's kind of, yeah, I can't even look since mine's all saved in here. Probably. So if you just want to, yeah, or you can just log in. Yeah. Yes, you don't have to upgrade right at this moment. Like I said, you wouldn't have access immediately anyway. So I just want you to be able to see it and kind of click around. And Canva is one of those things that you can't be afraid to touch buttons. Click on stuff, try new things. You can always delete it. You're not going to break it. I remember that was always the thing. I remember my mom when she was learning how to use a computer. So does anybody else have any questions about getting logged in? Hopefully it wasn't too difficult. I tried to take pictures of all the steps so that it would be helpful. So pretty much the rest of this is just going to be, let's look at Canva and let's talk about it. If you have a specific question or whatever, and you can go through. My slides are actually really awesome. This slide is probably the coolest slide I've ever made in my life. So you can do all kinds of really fun and cool things to sort of grab kids' attention if you need them to click somewhere that's really important, or just kind of to make your organization a little more, I don't know, fun, not just black and white. So let me open Canva. Any questions so far? So like I said, I'm not going to go through the slideshow, so save it for later. It does go through everything that I talk about is on there in some way if you need a reference for later. I really just wanted to, do something fun. So the first thing that we're going to kind of talk about is the homepage. There's tons of stuff on the homepage. So a few of the important things are, it's going to give you suggestions based on maybe what you've made in the past. As you can tell, it knows that I'm an educator. So all of the things that it has chosen for me are education stuff. But I fully intend on using this as a print product to make some thank you cards for my girl's birthday that they just had and stuff like that. So this is something you can use for anything. If you're super cool with Instagram or Facebook, or you have like a side job, you can actually make social media posts, Instagram stories and posts, and all kinds of really cool stuff. I'm not a social media influencer. I post pictures of my kids' TikTok stuff. They have all kinds of really cool things. So if you have a side job or a business, or if you're just super awesome at Instagram, you have some really cool options to make that kind of stuff. Or if you're into marketing, or they have things that you can, they actually have a print service that you can have things printed from. So if you want to make business cards or t-shirts or whatever, if you do a sports thing and or a club and you want something special for them, you can do that. Just knocked my mouse off the It's been a long time since I felt like a teacher this last 6 weeks, I guess. So it keeps track of all your designs. It auto saves them. You can share. So like if you have a PLC and you guys want to share working on like something big you want to work on together, or use a couple of co-sponsors for a club or something, you can share your work with others and you can work and edit on them together just like you would. So if you have like a Google Doc and everybody types in their information, it's the same idea. You can actually assign classwork. So if you're do any kind of design or whatever, you can actually assign them work in Canva, which I thought was kind of cool. Personally, I like the brand kit, but it's a little bit different for South because we just got a whole new branding and we got new colors and everything like that. So we have access to all this stuff. So you can actually do a brand kit, and it doesn't even have to just be for like the school. So I know a lot of elementary teachers, my sister teaches second grade, always have like a super cool theme for their room for every year or whatever. So you could actually make your brand, your color scheme, whatever it is. And when you add colors, you can actually do the actual number and make a custom palette of whatever it is. So then everything you make for the whole year, all of your colors, your fonts, if you have specific graphics that you want to use, or Bitmojis, I'm pretty sure you could probably save in here too as a logo. This is where you would do it. So this is the brand kit. So I have it set up for South because that's where I work and that's where I am. And I thought it looked really cool to have all the South logos, and I have the South specific colors. We do have a special font, but it's like super specific. It's made special for the school, so we don't really have access to that outside of, you know, being the one-to-one. So those are the most important things, I think, kind of on the homepage. Does anybody have, thank you, Laura. Does anybody have any questions so far? Anything? It's pretty straightforward. Another nice thing that you, there's, like I said, this is another place to look at all the templates. Also, the features and learn. So if there's something that you don't know how to do, or you want to learn how to do, or maybe I don't explain very well, Canva actually has tons of videos to kind of help you with designing, or depending on what, like here, social media marketing. So if that's something that you're into, it has a whole video on how to use Canva to do that. What else? I think that's it for the homepage. Again, any questions? If not, then we will move on to making something. So me personally, I use this Google Classroom header probably more than anything. And you can kind of see some of the things that I've made, some of my designs. So this was my banner last year. So when they logged in, this was the first thing that the kids would see. Hopefully it will load. Oh, there it goes. So the background is actually a GIF, and the yellow smoke kind of, or liquid, I don't know if it's liquid or smoke, kind of flows in. So you can do, oh, am I probably not even sharing? There it is. Here it is. Here it is. So the back is actually animated. I can play it. So the background flows, and it continues to play the same thing over and over and over again. So kids, so I don't know. It's one of my favorite banners. But so you can do all kinds of fun stuff, just like I just totally stopped sharing. That was smooth. Super smooth. Here we go. Let's go back. Canva. Here we go. So really, the only limit in Canva is your imagination, because you can upload files from anywhere. I have banners for everything. I had like special things for kids to click on for a summer intercession this year, to go to the Google Meet, and how to log in to Eduphoria if anybody else did intercession this summer. Whatever you make is your choice. I'm just going to do a Google Classroom header because I use those the most. I use those at the top of every module that we make, every assignment, so kids kind of know what we're working on and what we're doing and what they've opened. And this fits. You don't have to change the size. The size of this fits perfectly at the top of a Canvas page. They have tons of pre-made ones. So if there's a background or something that you see that you really like or goes with your theme, you can choose one and then edit it. Trying to think of what we're doing first. That would be useful for my class. Even just welcome back to school or whatever it is, they have lots of pre-made ones that are really kind of cute. If you're jungle or a dinosaur theme, ocean themed, construction, oh, that's kind of cool, forensics. They add new ones all the time too. So yeah, let's make something. So you can use a template and then edit it if you like, or you can just start from scratch. I usually start with the background. You can do something that's static. There are ones that are GIFs, like I showed for my the banner that I have in Chem, which I'll probably use again this year. Work smarter, not harder. So one of the things when you're making something that's smaller, so these backgrounds are actually pretty big. So if you like hold on to it, like double click it, so you can see the whole background. It just picks the center. But if you need more, so like on this one, there's a lot of dark space. If you need more white space, you can kind of move it up and down until it kind of fits what you're looking for. So some of these with cities, this one actually fits perfectly. But some of the ones that are a little bit more abstract, you can move them around. So that's just a double click. And then you can sort of pick what you want to see of that background. Everyone with me so far? I don't know what I'm going to make. So it gets overwhelming. So if you kind of have an idea before you get started, it makes it a little bit, you're like, I'm totally not mentally prepared to make something. So let's just do something that's kind of fun. This one's colorful. So like I said, you can, if you want these little sparkles to be, you know, whatever part of it. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes if you want to find something that works for you, and you can always go back and change it later. And you'll see at the top, it says here, all changes saved. It automatically changes it. And then you just have to change whatever you want it to be called. So I'm just going to call this practice header. And we'll talk about all the different things. So you can also, they have photos here that are like of actual real people that you can use. Some of these you can actually spread out and make your whole background if you want to. Some of them are kind of small and they won't work that really that well. But if you wanted some people in there, there's some cupcakes. Those look pretty good. So, you know, some real life photos of oceans and weddings and all kinds of stuff. So it's legitimately your heart. You could even upload your own photo if you're really talented with artistic photography, or if you just have a really cool one from your vacation, you can actually upload that here in the uploads. So you can see I uploaded a picture. This was my daughter's actually a year ago because I was practicing because I don't have their 2-year photos yet. So this is, you can see all, this is the stuff I use to make the presentation and then all the logos. So these are all the things that I've personally uploaded. You can upload video. So if there's your own kind of GIF that you want to make with a video or whatever, you can post that yourself, or audio if you want to put a little recording for kids to hear. Again, your imagination is the limit of Canva. So for me, it's pretty limited because I'm not super creative or imaginative. So sometimes this takes me longer than it should. So the elements are fun. These are like all of the different graphics, and so there's charts and there's frames you can put around photos. I usually just search stuff. So my life revolves around chemistry. So it'll bring up all the things that have anything. These are backgrounds, photos, they're GIFs, and they're this is actually, and if you want to change it, I just hit delete. Some of the backgrounds are kind of cool. So let me change the color because it's a white. Let's make it black. Oh, well, just kidding. Just kidding. Let's see if I can see it if I make it gray. I don't know why it's like transparent. That's super weird. Anyways, let's just go back to the, and you can go back. It goes all the way back to wherever you started. So, so this is where, if you use any of these little moving parts, you have to download it as a GIF. Otherwise, it won't show up. And the movie doesn't work in Canvas. So basically, if you use anything that's animated, it's a GIF or a GIF. I don't know. There's a whole argument, I feel like, of whether it's a GIF or a GIF. I say both, apparently. I didn't realize that until today. So any of the short little clips or whatever, you definitely want to download it as a GIF. Anything else, I usually use a PNG or a JPEG, especially if I'm just putting it on Canvas. It makes it a lot easier to upload an image. But there are lots of options here for you to download them. Something else that's cool, since we're talking about this, I know I'm kind of jumping around, but everything is so like interconnected to everything. If you're doing, they have presentations that you can actually make backgrounds or whatever. So if you do a bunch of pages, so say you sit down one day and you're like, I'm going to make 6 banners. And so you would add another page and you could make another banner. Well, when you download, here you can select the pages. So if you already downloaded page 1, you can just uncheck it, or say page 1 has a GIF on it, a little whatever, and you need it as a GIF, and page 2 doesn't. Well, you don't have to download them together. You can choose whichever ones you want or need, or maybe you came back and edited one. Then you only have to download that one. You don't have to download all of them. Trying to. Thank you, Lashaka. So Lashaka says it's GIF, like gift. So she's my one-to-one. I feel like she's my boss. So well, Lashaka says Lashaka. Well, Lashaka says goes, because we love her. So if you're looking for something, you could even search. I don't know what kind of teachers we have in here. You can look at math. So there's all kinds of stuff for math, addition, subtraction, numbers, science and math. My kids are always like, why are we doing math and science? Well, because they hold hands, guys. So lots of fun stuff. Or if you do biology or English, a lot of these I've actually never looked up. I don't know what they have. Oh, this actual, so their English is actual, but English class, here we go. So, however, that's probably, English probably isn't the best one to search. Sorry, English teachers, if y'all are out there. But you could do anything. So this is where you're gonna find all your elements. So it's a pretty good place to start. If you know that you want like welcome back, you could search welcome back and see all the things that kind of have to do with that, backgrounds and hugs and actual back to school and all that kind of stuff. Millions of options. Okay, I'll try to go from it. I don't have 2 screens, so I have to go back and forth. So government. So got Capitol buildings. That's kind of fun. You could even upload a photo of like the Capitol building in Austin if you wanted to, or if you were doing Roman history or the Roman government from, I don't know, what is it, 80? Is that when the Romans are around? I don't know. I'm not very good at history. You can tell. You could do economics. My brain like went blank. I was like, I don't know how to spell economics. So anyways, and then any questions so far? Anything that I need to go over that I haven't? Text. I really like their pre-made text combinations. I think they're fun. You can just click on them and change whatever it says. Like the one that I made, thanks for the love, the little slide that I have, you know, click for more information or whatever. I took that straight from Canva because I liked it so much. But you can do a heading, and they have millions of fonts. I don't know if it's millions, but it feels like they have millions. And these that have the little crowns on them, if you don't currently have the premium account, once they catch up with you, then all of those things will be available if they're not available today. So the nice thing about Canva as well is if you make your box bigger, it automatically makes your font bigger. So you don't have to make a big box or make a small box and then change the size. It just does it for you. You can do bullets. You can change where it is. It's actually really nice. So for the position, if you want it right in the middle, right in the center, it will actually put it there for you. Or if you wanted it in the top on the left, it would put it there. So that kind of helps with the sizing and the moving. Also, if you when you're moving something around, you'll see the little I'm pointing at my screen like you're sitting next to me. The little lines, kind of like Google Slides does, and it'll kind of tell you in relation. So if I had a bunch of other graphics on here or whatever, so if I put, this is going to be so busy and ugly. So if I have this little guy here, you know, it'll show me, hey, this is right in the center of your words. The other nice thing is some of these that are colored this way, if you don't like the colors, you can change them. This was something that I learned from Oshaka. So that actually looks better. I don't know why it had like a weird color for the ocean. So you can actually change some of the colors. I don't think all of them are this way, but a lot of them are. If you don't like the color of the graphic, you can actually change it if it's not in your theme or what you want. You can change the colors of the graphics. What else do we need to talk about? The effects. So this is the fun part. You can do shadows, different kind of splices and echoes. This is the neon and the glitch. And you can change, so even the colors on the ones that are pre-made, you can change all of the colors. So if you wanted to do this and you don't like the colors, then you can just change them. So whatever they are, these are already the document colors. If you have so this is my SGHS palette. So if you had another one that was your classroom palette for this year or for a specific unit, you would see all of your palettes already saved. So then you could just pick whatever color you had there. It also does the colors from the actual photo in your background. If you want to kind of keep the same theme, maybe you don't have a specific palette, but if you wanted to keep it in the same palette as whatever it was that you're already doing. Otherwise, there's tons. You can even add a color palette from right here as you're working. So you can change the different parts of your, that's cool, of your text, however you want it to look. You can change, so this one's a little more limited, but you can change the offset where it's bigger or smaller or the direction. You can curve it. So you can change how curvy it is or uncurvy. So curvy or, and it changes a little bit for each of the different, like how long your word is or what else? Or the different fonts. Some of the fonts are different. You can do animations on this. There's underlining and capitals and lower cases and a lot of the same features you have on just about everything else. You can make it more or less transparent. You can delete it. What else? So you can actually open stuff from your other folders. You can actually embed it directly to, there's not Canvas on here, but if you're doing a social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if you have a Tumblr or whatever, you can actually embed your media into whatever you're making. You can also directly post it. So if you go to the three, or as LaShaka calls it, the snowman, this is a horizontal snowman, the three dots that are all magic. Here's another horizontal snowman. You can actually post it to your Remind. If you have a business Instagram or your personal Instagram, or save it directly to your Google Drive, or if you make newsletters in MailChimp. I didn't know that was still a thing. I thought that was old school. You can actually embed. So like I can embed this graphic as on my homepage, just like you would like a Google slide. Chelsea and I are actually just talking about this before we got started. The only thing that I will tell you, and I haven't messed with it enough because I didn't learn until, I don't know, the end of the school year, that you could embed stuff. So like if you change it in Canva, then it will automatically change it in your Canvas. But the sizing is weird. So you'll have to kind of play around with the size of what it is in Canva. So when you embed it in Canvas, it'll be the right size. Because I know that one of my little things that I would change regularly, I tried at the end of the year to just embed it as it was, and it was way too big. So sometimes you kind of just have to play around with the size. And to do that, don't be afraid. So the little resize button, this is a custom size that they made, and you can lock it so you can't change it. But you could change it to any of these sizes, and you can just change the size to whatever you want. So if it's too big, you can make the pixels smaller. And you can either just resize it, or if you're afraid that it's going to be messed up forever, you can make a copy. And so the copy will then be the new size, and then you'll still have the old size saved as a separate picture or whatever. I don't actually know whatever to call these. Your image, your product, your, I don't know, design. Everyone, see? Good. I'm so excited. I'm so glad you guys are all here. I told Chelsea before we started, I was afraid nobody was going to come. So I'm really glad you guys are all here. That's the general gist of what it is. Like I said, it is your playground. It is so much fun. If you're super creative, this is a really good way to sort of get it out, you know? So, and it's fun for the kids, you know, you can make cool, fun stuff. I think little kids would probably like some of the fun movie stuff better than some of the older kids. Some of the older kids, I don't think they even like looked at it. But it's there. It makes me happy to log into Canvas and see something bright and fun. And so a couple of other things that are important are the share. So you can share this like you would any Google document or slide or whatever with other teachers. You could share it with yourself if you have 2 accounts. You know, whoever, a friend, you can actually set this up to where you could actually put all of your kids in there and have a class within Canva. And you could share it with your kids if you wanted to. You can, so you have options to give them edit rights. So like if you gave it as an assignment, you could use it as a template, or just the option to view it. So if you wanted to share it with your coworkers, but you didn't want them to change stuff, you could just give them the view rights. And you can also just send them the link. If you don't want to, you can copy the link. So you would choose, I just want them to view it, copy the link, and then you could just paste the link in an email or in the chat or whatever. So like if I paste it here, it's super long and ugly, but this would be, you could view my really terrible banner if you wanted to. So that's how that works. And we talked about download a little bit. Again, I'll remind everyone in case you missed it, most of the time a PNG or a JPEG is perfectly fine unless you have a moving part. So if you have any kind of video or anything that moves, I highly recommend doing a GIF. If you actually have words or audio, you'd want a video. I don't like how the video works in Canvas, so I'd recommend doing that separately and having a GIF with the movement. What else? Again, you can change the side from here. You can make the background transparent. And then however many of the pages you want to download. What else? I think we talked about most of this. Like I said, they actually have print options. So if you wanted to print this on a t-shirt or whatever, or you could just save it and download it and then take it to like Cat Print or Impex or Walgreens or Walmart or whatever and also have it printed. I've never used a printing service, so I don't know if it's like expensive or anything like that. What else? Any questions? And from here, so it's just going to save it in like your general folder. But if you're, say you're working on a unit, so if I go to my folders, I'm my units from last year. So intercession unit 10, 11, unit 12, 9, you can see that I didn't get started using Canva until the second semester. So then you can kind of keep them organized. They're still going to be like in all your designs. But so that it's easy access and you can just go click on something and find what you're looking for instead of having to scroll through all your designs. They're all right together. You can organize them into folders. And so then from here, you just say save to folder, and you can either put in one of the folders you already have or create a new folder. I mean, it's not, if you're using the same, like if you're making, like I would make a bunch of banners for the same unit. I want them all to look the same, except I need to change what part of the unit it is. You can just make a copy so that it looks the same, and you can just edit whatever it is that you need and then just change whatever it is that's different that you need for the next part of the unit. So like every part of our unit had a different page. You can also, just like on slides, there's version history, so you can go back if you like. We're like, what the heck was I doing last night at midnight drinking wine? You can get back the next day and fix it. Or other people can leave comments on it if you're sharing it with someone else. In general, that's pretty much it. There's so it's really like I said, your creativity and your imagination. We can look at some of the templates. They actually have lots of templates for presentations, like I said, social media, videos. If you're like really good at YouTube, which I'm totally not, but like some people are like really good at, all the YouTube channels. Maybe I'm too old. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I'm just not cool enough. I don't know. Marketing stuff for offices. They have coloring sheets and they have really cool worksheets and stuff, especially for little kids. I thought that was really cool. I like the infographics. Like if I have these are the steps to take to do something. I usually take one of these pre-made infographics and put my own stuff on it. You're welcome. So, I mean, about 5 minutes left in my 45 minutes of time. So I hope that I wasn't boring. So obviously I don't have, you can change your settings, whatever it is. So this is, I think, I don't know, where you can see all your stuff and change and what you're connected. Like I connected it to my Twitter.
Spaeth, somebody raised their hand.
So you're welcome. Oh, attendance. I have it. I made myself a little Google Doc with all of the links on it. You guys are welcome. I'm so glad you guys came. I'm glad you guys liked it. Again, and here, let me recopy. Chelsea had a better version of my slides. Here are my slides. I worked really hard on them, so check them out. So if you have any questions and you're not sure about something, you can actually skim through my slideshow. I can show some more of it if y'all are curious. So from here, you can click on it. Talks about the brand kit and kind of how to get started. And then we're going to make stuff, my awesome slide that I'm so super proud of. So you can go through this. It talks about the templates. It talks about the elements, what you can do here, how to upload stuff, photos, text, background, embedding. Mine didn't show them more today. I don't know why, but on the more, it has you styles and videos and stuff that you can add, or charts if you want to integrate it with other apps and stuff. The sharing and the download options, if you're not sure or you don't remember. And then the little horizontal dots are the snowman, some of the different things that you can do with that. And then that's it. So it's Canva on Canvas is what it's called when you're filling out the attendance. And I will be here for a few more minutes. If anybody else has any questions or you want me to show you something, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you guys for coming. You're welcome.